So, Andy, how's the magic addiction coming?
When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
So, the first American Civil War was fought for a variety of reasons, but the biggest among them was the idea that it's just wrong to keep slaves. Right? Slavery is just a bad thing, it's wrong. And a lot of people in a lot of regions said, no, fuck that, I need my slaves. And a lot of people in a lot of regions said, monster. We had a big old bloody fight about it, and at the end of the day, I'd like to think that, right won out, and the slaves were freed, and the political manipulations continue, right? The second U.S. Civil War is currently being fought between the citizens of a few select cities and the government immigration enforcement. They have started to encourage people to observe all of their rights. Make sure you have your gun with you. This is a thing that they started to do right after Rene Good was shot. Everybody should arm up and go out there in the streets. Democrat elected officials have said time and again that, we have stand your ground laws in our state. So if a masked man that I have no idea who he is, and he comes up to my house in tactical gear and doesn't announce himself and doesn't do anything, I have the right to shoot him. Yeah, sure. Unfortunately for you, though, generally when law enforcement comes to do some law enforcement stuff, they have a big patch on the front and back of their fucking vest that says exactly who the fuck they are. And they also are required by law to announce themselves. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, come out. Right? And as much as I would really love to believe that the reason why we can't have voter ID laws in this country, the reason why we can't have that sort of thing is because, black people and women are so fucking retarded that they can't get a goddamn ID. They can't possibly get an ID because black people are so fucking retarded they can't get a license. Every black person you see driving out on the streets is driving illegally because they just can't get a license. They have no way to get a valid ID. It's just ridiculous, right? You expect me to believe that, and you also expect me to believe that in a city that has been on the news for weeks as being involved in ICE operations, and I see a bunch of guys running around in tactical gear, whether I bother to read the front, maybe the problem is Democrats can't fucking read. ICE is too fucking hard for them to understand. Police, they don't get it. No, I think you know exactly who they fucking are. You fucking children. If you want to fool me, I understand. There's a whole lot of retarded white women out there that have just decided that they are just not going to use their own fucking brains. And so they've just bought into this whole line of bullshit. But if you want to convince me, I'm 46. You got to come up with a 50-year-old's lie to dupe me somehow. This fucking 5-year-old shit, I didn't know. Did you steal all the money out of this jar? No. Well, where's all the money from the jar? I don't know. I never saw that jar before. The jar's been there for years. You live here your whole life. Where's the money from the jar? I didn't steal it. I mean, I took it, but I didn't know what it was for. It has a sign on it. It says vacation money. You didn't know what it was for? Like, bitch, fuck you. No. And every time this shit happens, now, the Democrats got to come out and go, look, the Donald Trump administration, they came out with their story, which is ridiculous. Their story was that this guy was armed and the officer feared for his life, so he had to shoot him. That's their official story, and that's ridiculous. How can they come out with a story like that fast? They can't possibly know what's going on. I watched the videos, and I say it's murder. So it's ridiculous for the administration to give their statement on what happened. But it's just totally obvious for you to go, well, I watched the videos that look like murder to me. You're killing me with this shit, man. So which is it? Is it irresponsible to immediately come out and say what the fuck happened? Or is it murder? Like, what? And I can't wait for the fucking the body cam to come out on this. Oh shit! Oh, did we forget that still exists? How convenient you always forget that exists. But in another day or two, we're going to have a body cam shot. And we're going to see that guy going for the cop's gun or whatever the fuck else. It's going to be probably pretty fucking conclusive. But of course, we'll just ignore that and roll on with he was just an innocent man that was just standing there on the side of the road eating an ice cream cone, and then ICE just came up and shot him for no fucking reason. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I did watch the video. I did see the guy going after one of the cops' guns. I did see the officer too take the gun. They did disarm him. They took his gun and walked away with it as he was getting up and reaching for the other cop's gun, and then they shot the fuck out of him. Oh, and also that first shot you hear, you hear a shot, and there's a slight delay, then there's a shit ton more shots. That first shot is the guy firing the officer's gun in its holster. How much you want to bet that's going to wind up being the truth of it too? No, he was just he had just dropped off his kids at the Leering Center. And he was just standing there with an ice cream cone watching all the fucking chaos happen. He wasn't even involved in it one way or another. He doesn't even have a political bone in his body. He's the nicest man that ever did live. He's the father of 15. How are those 15 children going to survive? And by the way, he was a priest at the hospital where he was a life-saving surgeon, and also he's an astronaut. This is just a terrible thing that happened. I'm sorry, but if he was such a good guy, right? First of all, if he was such a good guy, he wouldn't have a gun. Don't you know that guns just randomly go off and kill people? So nobody should have guns. We shouldn't have guns in a polite society. Obviously, he's a terribly bad person. He had a gun. Oh, you don't like it now under the, oh, okay. Because now everybody, like, it's funny to me that all the Democrats are like, oh, now all the Republicans have problems with people with guns. No. I've still got the same problem with people with guns. When those people turn those guns on innocent individuals or law enforcement, shit happens. And it ain't good. Like, I understand our Second Amendment right is a right that we have so that we can protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. But what you've got to understand is that government has to actually be tyrannical. It can't be tyrannical because you've made up in your mind that it's tyrannical. Right? There's a lot of people out there that just hate the police. They just don't like the police. And they say, you know, it's the police's fault for all this crime. If the police weren't here, there wouldn't be any crime. Well, if the police weren't here, there wouldn't be any crime because everything would just be fucking legal. Wouldn't it? If there's nobody to enforce the laws, why do we bother with them? The real problem is illegality. Everything should just be allowed. It should be like back in the day of judges, and man should just do as they see fit. Just every man did as he felt was right. Fantastic. If Donald Trump was really running a fascist dictatorship, we wouldn't be talking about the 3 people that have been shot in Minnesota recently. We'd be talking about the 2,000 people that were pushed by a bulldozer into a fucking ditch that they promptly just let on fire and buried over. We'd be hearing shit like what's going on in Iran. Thousands dead. Thousands of protesters dead. We've had 3 fuckwits that have gotten themselves shot. I think we're doing pretty good as far as dictatorships go and not killing all the people that we don't like. Because so far we're up to 3. And I'm seeing a lot of people on these videos that I gotta admit, I'm like, look, if I was an ICE officer in this, I would have shot all of you motherfuckers. You're pissing me off and I'm not even near you. These men have the patience of saints. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't. Like, I'm sitting there watching these guys just getting screamed at and having things thrown at them and shit like this. And I'm like, I would be sitting there the whole time going, I have a gun. Why don't I just shoot this fucker? Like, these people are amazing. I don't know how they do it. But God bless them, you know. They're keeping control to the degree they can. Yeah. So another guy got shot. Dude. Seeing videos of quote-unquote mothers strapping their children to their chest on their back. I'm gonna go out and protest. Fucking awful human beings. Truly, truly awful human beings. What in the fuck are we coming to? Like, I heard Tim Walz's little speech today. Just a disgusting fucktard. Every one of them. So ridiculous. Like, the inevitable yet again strikes. I think, what, a video or two ago, or was it even last night? I don't know about last night's video. fair portion of last night. I don't really entirely remember. Full Lorca tends to do that. But like, was it last night or the night before where I said now that they're running out, they're saying, oh, get your guns, Second Amendment. How long until one of them gets shot? Here we fucking are. It's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. The more people get shot like this, the more people decide they're gonna arm up before they go to the fucking riot. Which means the more people are gonna get shot. Like, and this is all because Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar and Jacob Fry and all these politicians, they are literally using their population as a way to fight the U.S. government to try to keep them from finding out all of the fucking corruption and shit that's going on. So you gotta remember, man, they're picking up criminals. You think they don't interview the guy? You think they just pick them up? They go, hey, we got you. Sit here. And then, okay, now move over here. Okay, now get in this car. That you think they don't talk to them? So tell me what all's going on. What are all you into? Man, they're pulling boxes of fucking paperwork out of all these buildings. Like, dude. Tim Walz is corrupt. And because he's corrupt, he's going to use the people to fight his war for him against the government. Because he don't want to get caught. He tells them that they got to be peaceful, but he tells them to make sure that every single one of them goes out there into the streets to make it as high tense of a situation as they possibly can. And then we got other idiots out there going, yeah, bring your guns too. I can't believe that now the Republicans are saying that you shouldn't have your guns. No, we're saying you shouldn't take your guns to a riot. That's going to get you shot. I'm saying you shouldn't take your gun with you if you're going to go and get into a scuffle with the cops. That shit's going to get you shot. I'm still saying the same thing I've always said. I've just never really had to verbalize it like this because I always thought it was kind of fucking common sense. You don't fight with cops. You certainly don't bring a gun to a riot. It's going to get you shot. And if you've got a gun on you, legal or otherwise, you don't get into a fight with the cops. It's going to get you shot. But whatever. Here we are again. Happy Saturday, everyone.